The human race is known for, if nothing else, one thing: disagreement. But I think we can all agree on one thing: the wall should be built. Now that we got that out of the way, let's get into today's actual topic. Now, the intro may seem a bit naive and, well, blatantly wrong in some people's eyes, but it serves a purpose. Many of you I know could give me 10-page papers as to why the wall should or should not be built. And I hope that every one of you has the ability to hear and have a civilized debate with the other side. But, as we all may know, there are people who just hearing those words, the wall should be built, would click off of this video immediately. I understand the wording is harsh, but let's say I started the video by saying that without the beginning context. There would still be a large number of people who, after hearing that statement, would leave the video. The same goes for if I say we shouldn't build the wall. How does this relate to today's topic? The good of the one versus the good of the many? Well, in more ways than you may think. Let's look at the perspective of someone for the wall. The biggest reason they want to stop immigration is to keep themselves safe. And I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but if you ask someone who is wholeheartedly for the wall, that will most likely be a reason they give. This is a perfect example of the good versus the one in favor of the good of the many. Now, immigration is a very touchy subject, so we won't go any further with it. I don't want to accidentally force-feed my opinion to you. So let's use an example that I have a little less bias towards. Football. In football, everyone has their role. The running back needs to get the ball and get to the end zone without being tackled. The wide receiver needs to catch the ball if it's thrown to them and get it to the end zone. These are only a couple positions out of the many, and each one is a crucial role to winning the game. And some positions, arguably, come with sacrifice. A lineman is never going to get as much recognition or praise than the quarterback will. But going back a few years, because I don't know football names, imagine Tom Brady's job without Vince Wilfork. Now, Vince Wilfork is definitely more known than some of the other linemen, but you get the point. If he wasn't blocking people from tackling Brady, even someone with Brady's athletic ability can't take on 5 300-pound slabs of muscle and throw a football at the same time. This is a perfect example of everyone doing their individual part to make sure the group wins, not just so they get fame and fortune individually. But what about the good of the one? Let's use an example that a wise man once told me. My history teacher. A person with a disability. This can be a number of things, whether it's they have bad eyesight, are in a wheelchair, mentally can't handle the work, or whatever else it may be. If someone is in a wheelchair, they're going to have a very hard time getting to the front of the classroom. They can definitely do it, but it may be at the expense of them being hurt, or it cutting into class time. The most convenient place for them to sit would be at the back of the classroom, closest to the door. So at the beginning and end of class, they can easily get in and out. This is favoring the good of the one over the group, because though no one else benefits, in return, the student can now learn comfortably. And I would really hope if anyone watching this was in the position where they had to give up that seat, they would. The same goes for someone who has trouble seeing from the back of the room. Sitting up front is just easier and may not benefit anyone else, but it enables them to learn and ultimately could affect where they go in life. Whether the good of the one should outrule the good of the many, or vice versa, really depends on the situation. Most of the time, it is easy to see which side you should be on. But with things like immigration, it gets a bit more touchy. Ultimately, it's up to you and your morals which side you choose. But even then, it can be a bit difficult sometimes because there are always good arguments for both sides. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this style of video. Tell me if you'd like to see more and hear me give my opinion on some other matters. Like always, I'll see you in the next video.